And then tempo swing's not really doing anybody any favors, I don't think, besides maybe helping you stay alive a little bit. And, you know, we're kind of seeing that the Fool has opted into the Timeless Creator, so, you know, watch out for the airplane. It might last a little long. Other than that, it's pretty standard what you expect. Dubu and Amy both have it. And we'll really see. I'm very, very concerned about the Kazan pick. I don't think Kazan's in a great spot right now. And it's also a Dubu, who's in a very good spot.
Yeah, Dubu looking quite good throughout time for the most part. Always a pretty solid goalie. We have a lot of damage, though, on HMG in general, having Vice and Zentaro, but can be answered back onto something like Vice or Zentaro. I mean, both their health pools aren't too high. I mean, we have Amy and Kazan, too. So we're going to grab the first barrier, second one as well, spending that flip nicely. 2 barriers are certainly worth a flip in that spot. A Snake is going to attack from the top side there, adding the passive. Going to do a lot of damage to A, but not going to find that last barrier. The Fool does have a flip to manage to keep this one, but hey, A just, man, sniped instantly with that Cyber Swipe right onto the Milkman, and going to grab the first blood here. Polar Cortex looking so good to take this entire series, I'll be honest.
I'm inclined to agree with you, unless we see some like heavy damage awakenings come out and fall into the Zentaro and the Vice's hands. You know, the spec training, extra special, heavy impact. Those could make it a little concerning because Kazan, Amy are pretty squishy for midfielders. Well, Kazan's not a midfielder, but they're both very squishy characters, and the Dubu will end up killing Kazan outright. It takes like one roll, and suddenly Kazan's half HP. It is something to just keep your eye on. Watch out for in the drafts.
Yeah, no doubt for that. I mean, there's just a lot of like board-wide damage coming from like Vice, Dubu using like the somersault, even Zentaro. Anytime they're trying to fight for ball, you're usually just like hitting people in return either way. As we can already see, Named Chaotic completely shattered now, has a flip, spends it, gets it right on through the Milkman. The Fool holding both barriers continuously. Josh looking low, but going to spend the evade as Kazan is going to try to pursue, losing one barrier in return here. The Fool is going to defend the other one. Knock it on over to the top side. Milkman is trying to get an offensive push here with Snake, adding in the log. Makes it kind of fast, but we do have a double goalie situation, but a nice pass over to Josh is going to nab the nose of that barrier there. Josh going to use the Supernova as well to deal a lot of damage to Named Chaotic. Incoming Amy ult. The turret's in on board. A nice combo there from Snake is going to land a kill. Milkman gets there in time, and that's going to be a great power play here for HMG.
Absolutely, and a couple passes are going to come out, and HMG's not managed to find it yet, but they've still got a couple seconds on the power play and possession. They're going to have 2 flips coming up, both flips right now. This is looking really, really bad.
Yeah, it could be tight here, though, although entire Polar Cortex doesn't have any flips to really blast it on through this Dubu, but HMG certainly does. Okay, we actually do get a flip in return. The Fool not going to get much off of that, but does save the point. Josh is going to try to approach here with that Supernova. Snake looking extremely low. Going to probably need Snake's assistance, but it's actually going to be Named Chaotic, stealing that one away, grabbing another point for Polar Cortex. Everyone's spinning around right now in glory. Look at them go. Look at them go.
A little team celebration. Always good to see. It's really nice that, you know, being able to like take your wins and also be able to like, you know, have those little moments where you just like recognize like, yep, we did it. You know, it's good for team morale.
Yeah, keep the morale up.
And oh, first barrier is actually going to be dropped on Polar Cortex's side. He's got a flip and a pass through on Milkman. This is very, very scary for HMG, actually.
Oh, dang. I hits the board a little too hard, taking their own barrier in return. All 4 barriers killed just about instantly. A weak here gets smashed in the face by the power cord. Not the greatest angle from Snake, but it's still going to completely shatter this Amy. Going to be out of the play for just a little bit. So Named Chaotic going to try to solo the board here, though, into the portal, down onto Snake once again. Not going to use the Thunder Strike there. Path Splitter is certainly going to clear things up in a complete open goal. Kazan.
Oh.
Yeah. That's... I actually got the flip from that strike, too, so it could cover some extra stuff there. Named Chaotic. Birthday celebration for real, except it's going to be A, getting the first awakening.
Hey, there was crazy aura on Named Chaotic there, I gotta be honest. That was a really good walk. Anyways, extra special going to be rewarded for the Amy, who does have this Timeless Creator. So these kickoffs are suddenly a lot more threatening. If Amy decides to blink forward and, you know, drop turret, a lot of resources are going to have to be used just to like kind of dig it out of turret, or you trade the damage, in which case, you know, completely different game. On the flip side, though, glass cannon on your Dubu and an explosive on your Zentaro means suddenly HMG has a lot more field presence. You know, with the range and the speed, and you know, you also get a hot shot on your Vice, who will kind of just proc that passively with chain lightning, with supernova, etc., etc.
Yeah, lots of extra damage there, though. Especially talk about damage. Name Chaotic taking the entire brunt of that supernova there, but still grabbing a barrier in return. The Fool large enough to at least get a strike in there to save their own barrier. Name Chaotic against Milkman. Getting a little harder as Milkman has really just got these pauldrons and has a little extra speed here from that glass cannon. Trying to get the ball down onto Josh. Name Chaotic going to push in here with A. No one to cover this mid-clear there as they're going to get it on through. Josh can't deal with the portal right now, although Snake does have a free barrier there and wins out in that interaction against A. Snake soloing that last 20 seconds of the match there. Well done, HMG on the board.
Yeah, very, very well done by Snake. Managing to just win the ones, as any good brawler does. And, yeah, set initially is looking like HMG's got a bit of life. Glass Cannon, Explosive could be very, very big deal, or difference makers. Also, just a lot of damage, I feel like, is going out across the board for both teams still, even though, you know, not too much was picked up last draft.
Yeah, it is certainly. When Vice is in the game, man, it is a lot of damage. Although the damage is being placed all onto HMG right now. Almost shattering both teammates there. Gonna get it around Milkman with a nice strike. Name Chaotic using those corners to the complete benefit. Gonna have to flip out of that Amy turret. Chaotic actually does get a relatively favorable angle on the pop-up there after the flip. All the strikes coming in are going to defeat Milkman in that flip situation. A Supernova to try to help defend as well. Into the portal, onto A, gets the flip. Here when Name Chaotic is going to succeed right on through that somersault as well. Man, these flips have been kind of crazy. Uncontested for the most part on Polar Cortex. Name Chaotic in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he's just very, very good about getting in that center, that nice little scoring box, if you will. Call it whatever you want to call it. Center of the map, 50-50 shot. The dude has got way too much to cover, and he's not nearly fast nor big enough to do it by himself. And Name Chaotic just converts every time, it feels like.
Oh, nice. Well done there. It was like, I was hoping that the Fool would get a flip on there just for the damage, but it does hit the core as well, and A is just like, yo, I knew that was happening. Collects up that kill as well. Even the barrier's not going to go down here. Josh going to push onto the top side, but nothing else more to do. Perhaps the primary is down. Not going to spend the flip here. Going to use the Supernova to get everyone out of there. Chaotic flies into the portal. Really, really unlucky if you are if you are HMG right there. They do grab both barriers. Milkman has nothing left. No one on the bottom side there. Polar Cortex is... They're finding a way. They're finding a way through this. Navigating, perhaps.
They are finding a way. It is game one. I believe this is their map, so you know. Although, granted, both of these teams are actually Gates teams. This is actually both of their most played map. I believe it is 3 games for HMG and 2 games, which isn't a lot, but when Polar Cortex is jumping between every map once, 2 games is, you know, kind of all you could ask for.
Indeed it is, as Snake is going to try to get it in there with that rush and does actually work out. The Fool maintains control of this ball to get it on through after the barriers are down. Snake also gets it on through there. You're using the Oni Blade to try to push it right through the Fool. Not going to spend the flip, holds onto that resource and does get rewarded for it by having it right now. See if they can make something happen here. Everyone dodging the Supernova nicely. It does even expend energy. Like, even if you don't hit the Supernova, all those extra resources kind of get slowly spent. Gonna have to flip there, out of range completely, into the portal. Perfect angle, actually, for the Fool. The best thing you could have. Nice 2v1 situation here. Name Chaotic getting in the way so the somersault doesn't hit the ball. And Polar Cortex, another set, another awakening, one step closer to ending this game.
Yeah, we are looking at what is possibly a very clean 3-0 if Polar Cortex can end up winning this first set, and their Amy is going to be rewarded well enough to maybe do it. I'm expecting a Super Surge pickup, and that seems to be what the play is. Dubu's got some options here. It's going to be a peak performance, just, you know, he will be able to finally maybe cover this entire net like he needs to be able to do against Kazan. But Polar Cortex draft is still looking pretty good. You get your Kazan, a bunch of size at the Rampage. You get your Super Surge Amy. And HMG's got a missile prop for their damage, which is really what they need. I feel like they need a lot more damage than what they're currently getting in these drafts, or they need to figure out an alternate win.
That is true. Vice kind of polarizing, if I have to use that word here, when it comes to dealing a lot of damage. Like, she really gets to like 100-0, or she's kind of just maybe misses a primary and then doesn't have enough damage, has the no mobility. You know, you're really gonna have to use Thunderstrike as some mobility if you can't like land those primaries to help you combo. As Named Chaotic is gonna grab that first barrier. A is completely shattered already. Thunderstrike coming in, can't get it. Fool gets it on through. Snake gonna go for a strike primary mix-up, but it does not work out on this situation. Although, man, the Path Splitter is going to pretty much eradicate Snake there. Pushing it onto the bottom side to grab this final barrier. The Fool gonna block the mid pass here, get it back down over to A. Josh is doing a great job of helping Milkman here. At least survives long enough for Snake to return. Now they have a chance here for this 3v3 as A's gonna go in there with a flip. Great angle, squishes it in that tiny little baby corner. And that's gonna be Polar Cortex once again with a point on the board.
Yeah, and Named Chaotic did actually pick up Prize Fighter a draft ago. Not a draft. The set 2 draft. And he's got that. He's got two Prize Fighters, so Kazan does have a little bit of power here, and oh my god, that was a scary supernova for A, but he managed to portal his way out. Yeah, need to keep an eye on Named Chaotic. Any more Prize Fighter stacks, and it'll be very, very scary what this Kazan can do. Oh, but he's going beast mode.
I'm so surprised that didn't work. I feel like that was like a really great play. They get the barrier a second after, though, either way, as they are going to hit it onto the top side. Going for Named Chaotic and Josh, both completely shattered here. Trying to get some kills, trying to get some power plays. Chaotic's going to run over it, grab an orb. Josh just going to regen a little bit. A trying to find the kill. Oh man, Kazan's so good at confirming those kills. Going to try to go for another one as Snake is completely shattered as well. Sends himself off the board with that. Oh, not on the same page here, though. Oh, no one's on the same page. In a different book right now. Chapters don't even matter anymore. Different library, perhaps, as Milkman survives the 3v1.
A little unfortunate Zentaro secondary is going to be that this power play is not quite over, and another Super Surge kill has come through. Fool's got his flip. Oh, it doesn't reach, though. It doesn't reach, and Snake's going to actually put the point away. Wait, what a terrible way for this point to go if you're trying to close it out. Oh my god.
So HMG playing kind of nice right now, surviving that 3v1 and taking that whole point. Damn, dealing all of Named Chaotic's damage in just about a second, finishing off that health bar Milkman is. But once again, Snake and Chaotic are both completely shattered. Going to be able to grab an orb, come back in. Milkman covering the portal nicely. Going to definitely get an ult there, absolutely. Block as much as they can. Snake is in there to really help it push forward and get that barrier. Now the Fool against Snake. Nice primary is going to always beat a strike and gets the kill. Milkman onto A, although we're going to lose one barrier here for sure.
Oh my god.
Losing our goalie as well. Brother, this is crazy. It's just like what you said, actually. That probably was the extra power for the prize fighter.
It probably was, and Named Chaotic looking like a very, very threatening brawler up here in the power play. A cooldown will be had. Milkman's found his way up. Supernova barely. Oh no. Oh no.
Catastrophic, perhaps. Catastrophic for A to place that firewall sentry there. Although Polar Cortex looking good, especially with 4 stacks of prize fighters, 6 stacks of rampage. I mean, yeah, Dubu kind of big, but this is disgusting levels of size from Kazan. Although HMG is really fighting it on in there with great coordination. They're going to get both of those barriers, almost take the entire goal with that rush. And Chaotic can't get their hands on the ball there. Does have the flip. Snake's going for the passive. Can't get it through. It comes right back through the portal with that log. And now Chaotic's trying to maintain control here with A. They both have flip. The Fool's going to get back. They both have flip. What can they do with it?
Yeah, Named Chaotic. Oh, he's gonna manage to find a breakaway. This should be both barriers and possibly closing it out with this other flip, and they will. And that's, yeah, that's a pretty decisive Polar Cortex win for the first Gates of Obscura game.
That was sick. That was actually so sick. It was a lot of fighting back and forth between the shattering of the Kazan and the shattering of this Zentaro. But I mean, there aren't too many characters as good as finishing off kills as Kazan, and perhaps that was the slight difference maker there, although we do see the goal numbers are a little bit skewed here, as it seems that HMG only got 2 goals that one, although it looked like, you know, it was relatively competitive, like a kind of competitive 0-3 either way. But I mean, the redirects are relatively even. Like, other than the goals, it looks even on the numbers. Got the numbers.
Yeah, I can see that. It does look, honestly, it looks even on the numbers, but numbers are fake and numbers don't matter. Or I guess if they do, maybe some numbers matter more than others, namely the 5 KOs on Name Chaotic. Even if the power plays didn't go as you would probably like them, power plays are power plays. Regardless of if you put it in the net, you're going to maintain possession for probably 15, 20 seconds if you find it realistically. And I mean, Name Chaotic was doing a lot of work. I know A kind of has 6 goals here, but I felt like Name Chaotic really did manage to find both barriers pretty consistently, and whenever the open net opportunities were given, he was putting it in spots where like A can either pick it up or he's scoring himself.
Counter argument. You know how Chaotic you just said has like 5 kills? Remember when Milkman survived the 3v1? Those kills don't even matter, bro. Come on. 3v1, living that. He's got 3 kills. But we're gonna get on in to the next game in just a minute here, though. We're probably gonna go over to Clarion Test Chamber as the new format. The new format is actually Red Team. We play the Red Team's map first. And so that's the Red Team HMG has chosen Gates of Obscurus, and now Polar Cortex first pick here was Clarion. So it looks like we'll probably be hitting the Clarion Test Chamber. You like Clarion?
I like Clarion. I don't like playing Clarion, but I like watching Clarion, and I like seeing how people play with the map, because I think there's just a lot of stuff on that map that, whether you like it or you hate it, it's there, and you can get creative with it. Side Street's got a lot of sometimes you can get a little creative with Side Streets gameplay. That's the Xeno variant for non-beta players. We have the Atlas variant, which I think kind of sucks in general, but there's still fun stuff you can do with the Sinner. Just overall, the map has a lot of fun, silly stuff that I think can happen, and it makes for an enjoyable viewing experience. And it's also not a very meta, it's not like a Taiko Temple or something where you have like a very hard, decisive, these are the best characters, the creation spam. I think there's a lot of options you have on Gates that make it really, really nice to watch and play.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, even if you just said the sentence like, "Oh, there's a lot of stuff on that map," I think that's a fair statement. In general, 5 different variations make things interesting. Make things very interesting. Like a character like Juliet, characters like X are so good at like beating people out of those side lanes. Like you're saying, it's kind of like you go into the side lane, you could die. Sometimes you really got to stay out of the side lane. The ball kind of goes through there. You're waiting, and then on the bouncy house, Juliet gonna have to position way better. That is just the open nastiness of Aten City with with Inky's water cannons on each side. I don't know. We're just going crazy right now. But I do enjoy viewing by Clarion Corporation, and so I think HMG is gonna have to. I don't know. It felt like, really, for the most part, Polar Cortex had a lot of good coordination with their forwards to get the barriers. But both teams felt like they had about even amounts of damage. Kazan obviously is our best shattered killer. So is that like really? I think maybe just HMG coordination. I don't know. Step it up just like an edge. Maybe Milkman needs to get a little bit more involved as well. I'm not 100% sure, but the barriers just felt like we're going down a little bit easier on HMG side.
I can definitely see that. It could be a couple things. Not to say, not to just say like, yeah, it could be a lot of different things, but or like to say like it's entirely the Vice pick's fault, because I don't think it is. But notably, when you have the Zentaro and the Vice playing those damage, Dubu really has a lot on his plate in terms of actually defending the net and getting it out. I feel like a lot of the time you end up in a spot where your midfielder kind of just has to like force the ball to the Dubu and let the Dubu figure some way out. Slam the brawler, log in, and then ideally you don't have to use your Tofu Fortress. You can use that offensively, and it never really felt like we got that offensive Dubu pressure, even when we did pick up the glass and the peak, something that you would traditionally look at and think, okay, we're skating now. But it never really felt
Yeah.
like we got that or could see that.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, it could be. It's hard. It could be like a result of the barriers going down as much because like you don't really want to move up nearly as far when your barriers are down, or even like when one is down in a rough spot. So maybe if we hold the barriers, not if we hold the barriers, but just like since the map is going to be a little different here with these side lanes, we might be able to move up a little bit more safely as we're going to be seeing our aerials and built different here for our Clarion. We got an Asher ban and an Era ban, which is pretty interesting here. We got Kai showing up for HMG, X and Vice, another humongous damage comp showing up for Polar Cortex. And Jakar, interesting pick, but I think good on the side. Actually, probably like a more balanced version of some of the brawl. Like if you were to really combine like a brawler with like a midfielder, I mean, I think you just get Jakar for the most part.
I could definitely see the Drakkar pick getting a lot of value here. A lot of the maps are very close maps. Era variant, Atlas variant, Xeno. A lot of edge pressure is really valuable, I think, and also with the aerial start, he is going to have that extra range that he typically lacks. So that'll help him out a little bit. That is a direct midfield. Looking at it, because I don't think Milkman has a Drakkar. If he does, I've never seen it. I'm not saying it couldn't be, but I'm pretty sure that's in midfield. Let your Kai fly. From the
it
net.
beats me.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But something to note: the X pick for Polar Cortex, named Chaotic, is definitely very comfortable on it. And a lot of players do believe X is very, very strong. He's got such an absurd amount of damage right now that he will kill you.
I believe
you. not a question about will he. He's going to kill you eventually. You're going in your net off the edge. It doesn't matter. And he's starting with a built different, which means he's got the size and he's got heavy or the impact bonus. There will be a lot of damage for this Vice X to play around, and I don't know if Kai Drek can really survive it. That's both of those characters really got to walk up, touch the core a lot. With Strike.
Yeah, and like you're saying, I do think Jakar with aerials actually pretty great, but still gonna have to deal with really big old X, and we'll have probably X and Julie grabbing built different for sure, and probably everyone else just gonna be grabbing aerials. Indeed, that is the situation. Giving Amy though get a lot more range as well. Vice gets a lot more range. Less projectiles, really good on Vice too. Kai, it's so good on Kai. I mean, aerials is just such a good awakening of so many characters. Kai almost dying instantly. We actually do have the Drakkar goalie. I have everyone's name off, which makes me quite angry, but that is okay. Yeah, we do have Strike Shot Drakkar, which is going to be just about a make-your-own missile prop here with the aerials, which is going to be pretty interesting. Starting on to the Maelstrom Orb variation. Almost dying already is going to be A here. Getting shattered almost completely. Josh also looking a little bit weak as one barrier's down here for HMG. Fool trying to get it on over to A once again. Takes the orb. Let's see what we can do here with Humongous Vice with a flip. Not much more. Okay, goes on in there to try to make something happen and at least gets that barrier for their troubles and has flip to go with it.
Yeah, and it is looking a little scary for Polar for HMG. Both barriers gone. Named Chaotic soon to have his flip. They're fighting over Baron right now. It is going to be A claiming it, and this would likely be a kill with the CD refreshes. Named Chaotic about to punch Josh off the edge. Oh, he's actually alive! A good kick-up blast to keep him in this round.
Yeah, both are just about at nothing there, but nice one, the Fool. Getting so far in there. Aerials, hey, giving that distance. That is sometimes necessary for that Thunder Strike. It's going to be Polar Cortex once again with First Blood as we jump on over to the Bouncy House, which is just a crazy map. Not fun, not too fun to play on, but boy is it fun to watch. Going to flip from A on over to Chaotic, going to grab one of those barriers. Snake trying to push it in with Josh, pushing it on. Oh, nice save there from the Fool, but they're going to lose at least one of these barriers in return. A flip onto Named Chaotic could spell disaster. do lose both of their barriers. Either way, Milkman has the split as well. Just a couple of strike interaction victories is going to be enough for HMG to take that next one.
Yeah, and this is one of the variants that I kind of expected to be favored for HMG. Bouncy House, not a lot of damage interaction on that map in terms of, like, you know, none of the poison on this, like we're talking about. It's not a very closed map. Jakar Kai kind of just don't ever get put in spots they have to touch. Supernova's probably going to put Milkman in the net. Double barrier. Oh my god, wait, what a Giga Blast, but there's so much damage.
Yeah, you talk about putting Milkman in the net, put him in the grave right now. Completely shattered, punch in the face, head, butt, gone. X almost dead, but an interaction win is going to make it so the point is completely over and not going to have to worry about X's life anymore. I mean, Fool is really getting involved right there, winning those strike wars. The Thunder Strike distance is putting them in perfect spots. Playing nice.
Absolutely, and Name Chaotic, no flip, so he's got to be, or no energy, no, he's got to be a little careful. Kai Barrage going straight into him. They really want him dead. He's completely fine, but this is still a little scary. You have so many cooldowns being dumped into Name Chaotic, and no kill to come through unless Snake can finish it here, but it doesn't look like he can.
And we have another situation where both players, one player on each team, shattered just about the entire time. Josh in literal Narnia trying to find an orb. A flip here from Snake is actually going to make it into the bottom side. Well played. I mean, that was just like a simple outplay. Just a really just raw. That was a raw outplay right there from Snake.
That is a little bit of, I think, what... I mean, Snake's very good. He will do that to you. That is what gets him the wins. Oh, Name Chaotic, a good dash is actually going to find, and the X Maximus is just a little too hard to deal with, and the core flip forced to use. Fool's got his, though, and this is a very, very scary point. Oh, God. Oh, it's Nightmare.
Oh, yeah. Nice ult from A there, just to, like, make it so that it's not really possible to lose the interaction on the top side. Would have had to go for a clear, and there might have been a cooldown for that one, but... Either way, Polar Cortex looking good again. Vice first pick, catastrophic if you are the enemy team. Although it's sort of balanced out by X being last pick in that spot. So, I mean, really when X gets going, it's kind of game ending. Although, I mean, the Fool is playing this Vice kind of nice, and anything else is going to make it so much more deadly.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of value that's going to be getting out of this heavy impact and inner focus on Amy. Amy will need to stack that, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. And, you know, heavy impact Vice, notorious. It's her guitar, all right? It's her guitar for a reason. That's her awakening. But, yeah, Supernova is going to come out, and a lot of damage being pushed out, but so much damage is traded back, and Name Chaotic is chilling so far up, so comfortable. This is messed up. We don't got to kill Snake, too.
Okay, 3v1, can we do it? Understandable, no problem. Not going to spend any cooldowns on that. Honestly, don't spend any cooldowns there. Snake is going to maintain at least punch or dash there. For the next point, Polar Cortex, I mean, yeah, that was exactly what we thought might happen. As Vice goes in frame 1, blasts the Supernova, everyone dies, and it is a rough spot. Although, nice redirect from Snake, and a nice punch primary as well is going to grab the last barrier on this bouncy house. Josh helping him to the bottom side, too. We get a triple offense involved, but it's going to go straight past. Although, whoa, tricky there off the side of the bumper, too, is going to scare everyone just a little bit, as Snake is almost dead here, though. Going to have to end this point soon, or at least grab an orb, as the offense is going to build up. X Maximus is online. Hits the barrier one more time. I mean, not the barrier, the side. Whatever.
Okay, we know what you're talking about. It's gonna clear an open space, and Name Chaotic's just gonna put it in. And Name Chaotic, I'm gonna say it, he's playing like a beast. That guy is just strike warring the goalie on repeat, it feels like. And he doesn't even have that much size. It's just built different. Like,
yeah, and didn't get anything from that draft either. And it was last pick. So, like, kind of doing nothing at the same time doing so much, especially right now with this X Maximus. It's been every resource taken while we had that ult going. A gonna try to live here kind of low, but actually turns it a little bit onto Snake. Vice gonna help deal a bunch of damage, gets the glitch pop to get the shatter as well, holding both of these barriers, trying to make it happen here. Milkman with some of these extra projectiles, but is overwhelmed by the glitch pop there too. Name Chaotic now has a little bit of possession here, and this flip. A losing a whole lot of health from that Giga Blast as well, getting smashed by a Milkman. Everyone trying to get A off the board. The barrage almost does it. No barriers going down yet, and it's once again turned. We got Name Chaotic finding a kill with that bell ringer. Almost tries to snipe the goal. Tries to snipe the goal again. Has the flip, gonna move up as far as they can. Nice, gets it over to Snake. Wow, that's what we needed.
That is what we needed. There is still life in HMG, but it so far it's fleeting. There's not a lot of it, but if they can bring it, if they can find it, they just need to be able to get this damage, notably onto A. I think that is who it really matters. If you hit name Chaotic, he's just going to tempo swing it up, or he's going to go walk away. You know, X is kind of used to being hit by a punching bag. But A has a lot of responsibility in just keeping the ball up. And he can't do it if he's dead.
Man,
gosh.
We got another 3v1 situation going on. Oh, Wynn's out there is actually going to stall a whole little bit of time. Going to spend their cooldowns this time, but to no avail. It was indeed the last point of the set, so understandable. I mean, so yeah, the Maelstrom Orb gives you like 100 damage or something. I forget what it is. But also gives you like 200 run speed. X was the king from last pick, from 0 to almost hero. A is the hero.
It's like the sidekick. The Robin to the Batman.
You do need the Robin. You do need them.
That is true. I think he's going to be rewarded here with probably a Super Surge if I had to guess. He's very happy with that. Trust, I mean, whatever, man. It's such a joke. This character is infinitely scaling. There is a couple thing. I don't know. I was going to try to say HMG got something here. It's just missile prop to a bulk up Amy, a Super Surge X, and a team player on the Vice. And it's looking really, really bad for Heavy Metal Gundam. Oh, God.
Yeah, instantly losing both of their barriers from the combination of Name Chaotic. But again, returning just about instantly, taking both of the opposing barriers. Gonna get a redirect. Nicely done from Name Chaotic. It's kind of like a situation where you know what's going to happen, but I mean, there's a lot of good angles there for Name Chaotic, so it's just, in general, going to be really tough to cover, but well done regardless. Yeah, I think when it comes to Awakenings here, Josh playing a dangerous game, grabbing the Omega Accelerator, which is going to possibly accelerate them into the grave, dies just about, I can't even finish the sentence, as they are instantly dead. And another power play for Polar Cortex, once again turned. This is the turn game. This is a turnover game. This is a joke. Everyone's having so much fun except me. I'm having fun, I lied.
No, I mean, yeah, these are not the comps of somebody who's not having a good time. Josh with the good Giga Blast in the barrage, and the Juliet kick is going to put it in. Once again, they've managed to find themselves a point, but it's just not consistent enough so far. I don't know, you just have to survive, and it's so brutal, especially when you've got, the OIA pickup, which I get it. It's the Kai thing. If you play better and dodge more, you won't need the HP, but it's so hard.
Yeah, really high risk, pretty good reward. I wouldn't say the reward is amazing.
God.
You're gonna get hit every now and again here from that Vice. But I mean, everyone, we got 3 shattered players on the board. Vice at half health. Oh my God, nice Molten Bolt from Milk is going to met that one right on through. Snake can't really follow this one up on the top side. Just about dead, actually alive. Gonna still strike war through A, as Josh is going to move up and lose just about all of their health from one shot there, though a nice lock and load. Name Chaotic going to try to dribble it to themselves. A is going to move up. We got the Thunder Strike as well.
Oh my God.
Wynn's out there going to spend some time as well in this power play. Actually, it's an ace. No. Well done. Well done. Hey, Polar got an ace. What are you going to do? 14 seconds you got for that.
Yeah, and onto the Xeno variant, and actually a little barrier. I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think they care too much about it. They've got so much damage. Snake actually finding something that could be really big.
Huge interception there onto Name Chaotic. I'm pretty sure that dash punch flip would have been a complete kill as Snake takes the next barrier. Gonna maybe flip on defense here. Name Chaotic recognizing a threat, but not enough threat to spend that flip. Really just letting it into the hands of the Fool, who's been playing quite well this entire series, so that's understandable. Gonna try to pass it on through Josh, who's gonna let the Giga go on to the Fool. Not gonna find it yet, though. An ult from A. This is big, by the way. This is no more 0-9. If Polar Cortex wins this literal point, it could never happen in Season 7. And HMG is saying, actually, we love 09. And, I mean, they want to win, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, they do, but unfortunately, you've been given probably the hardest map for you if you're HMG. This variant is not very good for you. I imagine they are going to try to play it towards this top side, but even if you do, you are still so clumped up. and forced to take so many uncomfortable strike wars. Josh, with his back against the wall, he's already so low. Somebody save him.
Yeah, I mean, you can't escape. Like, you want to help, you want to get in there, maybe only go in when your secondary's up, and that's possibly what we're seeing here, though. Snake almost gets it through the Fool. We got A standing on the Goo for a while, losing a whole bunch of health, but we can't just do consistent damage on the side of HMG. I mean, Vice, Amy, X, it's disgusting, the amount of damage that team has. You know, Mega Accelerator is going to make things just as difficult. Nice strike there from the Fool. Is going to get it around. Oh, Josh loses almost everything. Has this flip. He's going to have to spend it. Can't even go with the flip because the Supernova, but stays alive with the help of some of these orbs. And, I mean, this is a big point. We're just about to roll over to overtime.
Zoro and A just went crazy on that offense, and a power play for the side of HMG with a core flip in the back. Snake will have his probably very soon as well. This might actually be the set win for HMG, and it might be what they need. Snake, a beautiful little strike war. I mean, that's S tier winner. I don't know how many wins he's got. He's up there though, and I mean, yeah, what a set. They will find something. Unfortunately, this draft kind of sucks for you.
It could be better.
Yeah, I'm gonna be taking the quick strikes. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason, but Vice has so many options. Amy is gonna have so many options. X always has options, and
oh wow, gets
I mean,
interesting. Okay, yeah, we definitely have some awakenings being put onto the board here. Notably, perhaps is the ooh, they're all kind of okay. Notably, I guess maybe this prime time will be nice to just help get kills even faster for the Fool. Although Snake, yeah, getting super in there, doing almost the Fool's entire health bar. X, gosh, Chaotic is just so big and involved, man. Just taking basically everything in that one interaction. Nothing left. The Giga almost grabs that final barrier, but can't make it happen. The bell ringer is certainly going to ring the end of this point, as this 2v3 is going to be really tough here for HMG. Really just have one Drakkar and a Dream.
Okay.
Snake just about to get their flip as well, though, as they do take the final barrier. Almost the best angle of all time, but just a few degrees off.
The unfortunate barrier from the Fool and a little punch to put it in. And HMG is actually looking like they really want this win. You know, whether it's to shut down the dreams of winning a game, whether it's to actually win it. I'm sure there's lots of reasons, but they are showing up. Snake especially here just seems like every time he touches the ball, some sort of magic is being done. And Josh has actually managed to avoid a lot of the damage that was previously coming through.
Ooh, nice, as you're saying it. Dodges the headbutt there. It's going to be really big to dodge those bull rushes, especially not to allow the dash punch to go through. Great team synergy there. Perfect pass. This is going to get it right on through. Wait, they heard it. They heard. They remembered. They remembered the 09. They remembered the Titans, and they have to not lose. This is big for both of these guys. Next point though, on to Atlas variant orb thing there. Although, I mean, dodging some of the damage is going to lose almost all of their health, but a barrier in return. Chaotic going to try to get it through the bottom side onto Milkman there. Josh pushing it through A. Snake on the front side too, but not much more than Name Chaotic getting on in there. But the X Maximus, honestly, losing one barrier there, not too bad.
Absolutely, I agree. And Chaotic, this is a very scary spot for this X to be. Flip will be coming through. One more bell ringer and a flip, or a secondary to flip. Doesn't actually land, but the Holy's forced to walk so far up, and Name Chaotic is there to receive. And yeah, I mean, oh wait, something really big happened last round actually. Josh died, which means he lost the Orb Dancer stacks. That may have actually been why he's been so hard to kill, as he picks up an orb and he just glides. Goodbye, Milkman. That's a supernova to the face.
Yeah, supernova to the face, 2v3, Omega Accelerator, Kai crying for their freaking mother at this point. Flip from A is going to take almost both barriers there. Now we at least have Milkman coming up. They survive just as long. Going to try to dribble it there, recognizing that, well, Kai, you know, Josh can't really move up. We're going to try to dribble to get our health back.
Oh my
nice
God.
Standing in the middle of the bell ringer. Doesn't get you hit nearly as hard. And it's like I want Milkman to move up a little bit more, but I don't blame them for not. Oh no, Snake misses the kick there on the flip. And oh boy, I mean, Fool's got a flip of their own. It's going to be impossible to get this barrier maybe.
It is looking very dire, and half this lobby is staggered. It seems like 3 players. Somebody will have to die soon, and it looks like it's going to be named Chaotic, actually. But he's alive! They just can't... Nobody can confirm kills, I guess. Oh, just kidding. Goodbye, named Chaotic. Spectrating Giga Blast will seal that deal. Finalize it. Fool's got his flip here, so, you know, maybe he holds it. I don't know.
Going to spend it just about instantly there. Not too favorable of an angle, but can at least waste some of the time. Does have team player. Actually, completely forgot that the Fool had team player there, but another power play for Polar Cortex is going to be quite tough, although in the right spot there, maybe with the extra speed, Josh is going to get it. We do have a flip. Okay, it's not going to work out just yet. Getting kind of punched in the face from X Maximus is going to make it so I can't really move up far enough. Snake intercepting Name Chaotic to at least not have a direct 1v1 with the goalie, but Name Chaotic doing a ton of damage to the opposing side. Doesn't really have Van Braces though, can't heal. They might be able to find a kill, although again, double stagger here. Like in theory, the team player team has a great advantage in this spot.
Yeah, in theory, but theory is never practiced, and it's power play for HMG. You know, not what you might be expecting, but Snake there with the Molten Bolt to back it up, and it's brutal. How do you save it? And we're HMG taking it to set 5. They want the win, and this might actually be a draft that could favor HMG a lot. Peak performance is going to help so much.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a pretty simple pickup. There's still a lot more damage going to come through for the side of Polar Cortex, but I think you're very happy with this draft if you're HMG. Rare draft where X is still going to probably get something, but explosive. X is going to get some size, but overall, that's... I think you could take care of that. Like, you just kill him. Which, you know, X can't really do too much about it. He doesn't have a lot of HP right now. He's actually got none of the Stagger Awakening, so he's still just base HP X, who is a little tanky by default, but very slow to make up for it. And this is a very good draft for HMG.
Yeah, definitely quite good. At least making, with the stacks here onto Snake, it kind of makes 2 priority kill targets instead of just being like, okay, low stagger onto Kai, get him out of here. Now they're going to be like, okay, stacks onto Snake is actually kind of a threat. Although definitely dealing damage to Kai is very valuable here. As they're going to push it onto the bottom side, 1 barrier apiece. A dealing some damage as well to Josh. Nice Vice primary. The power cord is going to clear that one out. They can't seem to find... It really just feels like a damage consistency thing. Polar Cortex just can deal damage whenever they want, but HMG, you know, with having Juliet and Kai, can't always just be like, go kill that guy right now, as they lose their last barrier here. Snake's just going to intercept onto the Fool, make it so they can try to get this barrier. Wins an interaction there, though, gets the flip at least out of the Fool. The Thunderstruck is going to whiff there, but a flip from A will indeed do it, and any kind of clear from the front side is covered from a Chaotic.
A very difficult shot to save. Even if it doesn't go into the goal, it could go to X, it could go, you know, down. There's so many options. It's nightmarish. And backline for Polar Cortex has no energy, but there's not a lot of energy checks for the side of HMG besides Julie. And, you know, no dash punch is going to be found, but this is very scary. Snake wants it bad. He's winning. Oh, Baron's been claimed by Name Chaotic.
Yeah, I think something I also forgot to factor in is the quick strike from Snake. I feel like that is definitely assisting their, like, dominance over most of these Strike War wins. As they find a kill here, HMG gets a power play. Chaotic gets that flip from that last strike, but could not find it in time. Snake might be able to make this happen. Yeah, big old barrier, small old Vice. Gets it on in with a nice pass, and there you go. HMG. No one 6-0s HMG. In fact, we might still see as 0-9 in our Season 7 of NASL. I don't know, brother.
Snake's putting on a masterclass right now with the quick strike Julie. A bunch of damage coming through. They found actually a breakthrough, surprisingly named Chaotic. That's unfortunate. Not the bell ringer you want to see. And Snake, this is a very scary spot. Snake is going to put it in eventually. He's very good. Oh my god. Somebody save. Somebody save Zoro.
Ooh, we might actually... Yeah, we might have to save him. They didn't actually get that barrier, although Milkman is being assaulted completely. Might be able to get this orb. Nice supernova save is going to pretty much subdue the pressure of that flip. Snake's gonna have to get quite involved. Has 150 stacks, very fast. They're actually recognizing, hey, it could be time to kill Snake. Really low right now. It's kind of on to name Chaotic to really be the one to end it. Although, again, a kill target onto Milkman has always just been sitting there. In fact, Josh also has no health. But who cares?
Oh,
literally, who
my.
cares? They are just striking the ball into the goal, and it turns out that that is what wins games.
It is what wins game, and this is aim point for HMG if they can put it in one more time. Not a lot of evade to work with, but you do have a Julie who is fully stacked with her pancakes and the quick strikes. And you know what? While we're at it, throw a couple S tier wins under the belt just to make sure, you know, Snake could have. Oh my god, could have been really bad if that killed. But this is a very, very, very difficult spot for Polar Vortex to actually find the damage they need. Oh no.
Oh my gosh, actually ends up finding a kill. Polar Vortex with that power play again. I would honestly say, like, there's a good chance I would prioritize staying alive if I'm Snake for the next point, because it could be, okay, I mean, they get the flip out of Zoro there, which is big, has stacks. I'd say maybe slight advantage here for HMG. If we even just look at the energy, it's about even. We do have Polar Vortex slightly more, and we're on Bouncy House for the literal last point here, which is chaotic as it is. Snake, first barrier onto the top side. Josh pushing in as much as they can, gets a flip of their own, spends it, deals damage. They do get the final barrier, losing only one in return, as it's going to fly onto the front side. We do actually spend the flip, or sorry, the ult there from the Amy. Really going to squish it in there. It's up to Snake, and reinforced by the barrage. HMG takes that game from behind, and going to bring this to a 1-1 series. We are going to the Atlas Lab.
Holy, I mean, that's not at all how I expected this game to go. I know the last game was Polar's map, but they came into this game swinging. I mean, like, violently swinging. But it just seemed like really well played by everybody on HMG. You know, we've said a lot about Snake, but notably Josh ended up finding out the ways to survive with the OIA, the peak performance, the orb dancer, a big 2+8 and a big 10+2 for the forwards, a 0+8 for Milkman as well. Everybody's involved on this offense. And it just felt like it took a while, but HMG warmed up. They found the secret sauce to win that game.
Yeah, Snake really turned it up at just about midway through the end of that game, realizing that, yo, I got quick strike, I got these pancakes, and I'm about to get so in there, it's not even funny. And I mean, when you put on insane amounts of pressure like that, the players can't just simply kill you, you know, when they want to. When the pressure is about medium, you can be like, okay, guys, coordinate, we're going to kill this guy. Like Poggers, very good job. But, I mean, when you're losing barriers that fast, about second half of the game, things are definitely changing. Like, we saw, even like you're saying, like, Josh is doing a lot better job of evading in general, but it kind of could be a situation where it's like, okay, there's so much pressure, I need to use cooldowns on the ball, we got to get this one through, I got to get this out of here, try as best as we can to just get the ball to name Chaotic, get the X-Maximus in there, because that's what was working at the start of the game. And boy, these redirect numbers are really funny. We might, if you guys were looking just for a second, we have, it was 200, 200, actually 250, 250 for Zoro and A, and then 100 for name Chaotic, 100, everyone else at like 150 plus, but really funny numbers there as we're going to go to the Atlas Lab. Well played there from HMG, and do they have it in them to keep it going? I mean, I agree exactly what you said. Like, Polar was just like, yo, turn one, you're dead, best draft I've ever seen, you're dead, like, and then, I mean, HMG was just like, yo, I'm striking so hard.
Absolutely, and you know, while I've got the chance, I'll go ahead and say it. I'll say what we're all thinking. And nobody's gonna agree with me, but we're all thinking it. X is lost again. I'm just saying that character might suck. I don't care what we're saying. That character's not winning games. I will go ahead and say maybe it's the X pick. I don't actually think it was. I think Snake, Josh, Milkman all showed up, but I've gotta slander that character because I hate playing him, and I need to go on.
I mean, X is kind of a nasty character, right? Like, he's either just completely unstoppable, or he just hasn't done anything. And I feel like we saw actually both of those sides of the spectrum there in that game. Like right at the start, Chaotic was just the best ever, but ends the game with 100 redirects somehow. Like couldn't hit the ball anymore. I don't know. X just is polarized master. He's either the best or he's laughable. I don't know. Like maybe we start picking some more consistent brawlers like Juliet. Like I was gonna make a meme, but if I say it, everyone will think I'm serious. I'm not gonna say Kai Brawler.
Oh, whoa, ZZZ lore.
These
I'm down. I'm down
fucking-
though,
Oh, wait,
actually.
I've seen a lot of wins from Luna and NASL. I don't know, man. Where's the Luna? Where's Luna?
Actually, nobody. I don't actually know. I don't keep up with the Luna stats because, well, I just don't.
See, I
But-
swear, every time I see Luna, she's just like owning, and I'm like, that's the best character right there.
Like, what is our third? Do we know what our third map is? Oh, is this
Pretty sure
right?
it's
Is
Atlas.
it Amy's app? Oh,
App. You're right. I think it is app. I said
we're going
Atlas
to
Lab. It was
Amy's app. Wait, what a joy! Oh my god, I love this map.
It's a joy for the goalies. I'm not sure if it's a joy for the forwards, man. I feel like I always feel for the forwards on this map.
Yeah, I like it. Although I've been brawling recently, I didn't like it much when I was midfielding. Very curious what we'll see. There's a lot of options here on the table. Notably, a lot of brawler options. With this, with the Julie brawl or the Julie Drakkar Rasmus, the big three, of course. But we've also got, as much as you might be, as much as I don't like it, as much as I've hated on it, the X is still decent on this map, especially if he's has a good start. Gets a lot of good value out of like Bellringer and all that. An Asher pick, hint, hint, wink, wink. An Asher forward pick specifically. There's just a lot of options here for both teams, I think, to figure out how they want to win. Specifically on this Amy's app, which is a pretty volatile map. Asher's banned. GG. Well,
Asher banned, Juliet banned. I will say, the last game I casted of Amy's app, there was a Rasmus, and it was specialized training start, and the opposing team just beat the unliving hell out of that Rasmus, and it was as if there was no Rasmus. It was kind of crazy. No Rasmus on that map. Monumentalist. What's up?
What a terrible awakening start. Okay, Monu OIA.
Yeah,
I think you were about to say something about it, but
I was, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not
That's
too exciting for at least the goalies. Maybe this is great for the brawlers because it's like, yo, we're not dead instantly. Also, no Julie. Look, there's Rasmus. We don't have a Rasmus ban. Rasmus is picked. Monumentalist does make the ult a little bit stronger, so and way easier to hit, especially as we do have Creation and the Omega Accelerator once again, reducing your health just about nothing. Actually, it's only like 12% or 24%. But a Stealth Chosen. We got big Monumentalist Finny. Going to try to place that on the barrier as we do. Yeah, Rasmus. We'll see if they can just end Rasmus's life, although we are starting with Estelle Atlas, which does not spell Rasmus's life ended. So that's scary. That's scary. Like I said, the last time I saw it, they had damage to kill that Rasmus, and this makes me think we might not.
Oh god.
Dubu doesn't even answer that either.
Hey,
How'd we get Dubu? Where did we find him? What is this? Is this crazy? Oh
the Monu picks going crazy for blue side. There's so much value here out of the Monu picks, I think. I actually don't know if Dubu gets too much out of it, but I've gotta say I like POLR's team more.
It's Dubu goalie, right? We have Atlas Monumentals blasting people off the side.
Probably. That's what I would imagine. That would also make sense with Milkman. I believe Milkman does prefer the Atlas. Snake would definitely get up. No, it doesn't. That's
what do we know?
That's the opposite of what we said.
What do we know?
No, we'll figure. It's Snake on the Dubu, as I was gonna say.
Oh man. Okay.
Snake definitely does have the whimsy to bring out the Dubu brawler. And I lean initially just off initial, the eyes view, the pre-draft prediction, or the pre-round prediction, I guess. Red side's looking like a very traditional, we're gonna slam VD Amy and we're gonna kill you team. And RASMUS doesn't really need to hit hooks because he's gonna be hitting hooks on staggered players. But HMG has.
I could not name an easier character to pull into the circle other than like Dubu forward. Like that just spells like large man in hole, which is actually bad in this game, guys. It's actually just bad. But we're gonna start out here. Lots of monumentalists. Only Josh taking the Omega Accelerator as everyone else is creation master, including RASMUS, for this map, as they're gonna start by beating the heck out of Snake as expected. Dubu, very little defenses to avoid taking damage in general, but at least has a pretty solid health pool. We'll see if that matters. Actually holding that dribble there to use some of the cooldowns from the Fool. Huge finish, gargantuan finish, but actually going to be evaded, and Milkman does not have the mobility there, as we have Strike Shot, and Chaotic is going to get on in with that Whiplash, and one other birthday celebration coming out from Polar Cortex. First blood again.
Absolutely, and thing to note is actually, I do want to talk a little bit about the OAA. We saw it last game. Josh piloted it very well, even into another game that was exceptionally violent for an OS game, I would say. It is an awakening I think a lot of people are scared to take because, well, less HP, a lot of pressure being put. Josh just doesn't even care. He'll just go ahead and score real quick while I'm talking about his awakening. But yeah, it tends to be an awakening people look down on, I think, just because of how prevalent damage is. But Josh is kind of showing that, like, what if you just didn't get hit? You know, like, what if you just live? 25% HP is not that big of a deal.
True. It's,
oh my god.
Oh, I mean, live, for real. Actually, if you can live that one, you can live anything. Actual. As well, both barriers are down here. Snake being kind of owned right now, but fast enough to actually hold the line here as this sort of midfield Dubu brawler trying to get in there, but pretty much taking damage. Turns into a midfield. We're gonna have mostly a stealth brawler here. Get forward, spends that flip. No ult here from Snake, perhaps on cooldown. I must have missed it. Wow, big, actually a monumentalist hook coming out from Name Chaotic. But Josh, once again, like you're saying, what happens if you just don't get hit? You get this flip, you get this money.
Oh my god!
And there you go. Snake gets the kill there with that somersault onto A. That was a somersault has an alarming amount of player knockback, I will say.
It does. People kind of sleep on it, I think, until, well, I think a lot of people aren't quite used, unless you're a brawler, I don't think you're quite used to getting rolled at and being killed from sometimes what feels like a full dash punch away. Oh, good job.
Oh! The glitch pop hit him into... Okay. That was crazy. Hit him into the hook. Almost grabs a kill onto Name Chaotic there with the somersault once again. See if they can hold this barrier. You only get one of them on this map. Spends the flip. Almost finds an angle to get the barrier for their own. But we do have Zoro holding the line there. Glitch pop right into Josh's face to try to at least disrupt that spot. Josh is kind of scary there, getting hit by that cyber swipe, which is a close one. Again, misses the hook here. Not a big deal. All right, 20-second cooldown though. Snake blows it all. Gets the fortress, gets the kill, and now is up top, really just kind of making it happen. Dubu, one thing, Dubu sure is easy to deal damage on and kill, but is large enough to basically hold this whole lane with minimal speed.
Yeah, he is very, very large, and, you know, whenever he just straddles the midfield, if he touches the ball once, he is gliding. Name Chaotic has pulled Josh into the center. Now there's going to be a power play, but you still have a barrier to get through, and an Atlas Dubu. And, oh my god, they might even just score if Zoro A aren't careful. Oh my god.
Gosh, they might. Yeah, coordinating some damage here onto Name Chaotic. Almost get a complete shatter, but I'd say Dubu's damage numbers in general are like, not too great for a large hamster that is throwing stuff at you. But they do manage to hold the line here, though. Gets the primary, keeps that one up. Milkman has a flip, might be able to make something happen here to get the ball straight over to the forwards, maybe do some damage with that flip. Sends in the astral projection. Huge finish is kind of a pass look at situation there. Josh almost makes it happen as well. The log is going to be pretty much foiled as the Fool's going to hit the ball a little too fast. Still, this barrier holds, and the flip is now going to finally be spent to clear it out, and we're throwing the fortress.
Throwing the fortress. Josh has to be careful, but so does Zoro. Josh is still here, Name Chaotic, looking like he's gonna have maybe do something with his flip. Oh, Snake A little preemptive on the flip there, but it'll be fine. I'm sure he'll figure out a way to score it. Never mind, Name Chaotic is pulling Josh back into the center.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? Monumentalist isn't like a ton of damage or knockback, but like on a hook, like the percentage just gets so high and it becomes like this crazy threat. Flip here from A. It's going to send it right on through, right on into Name Chaotic's hands, but hey, we have an Expanse, which has Monumentalist as well. It's going to be great to hold the line. Oh my god, pulled from basically Atlanta. Actually insane amounts of knockback once again. And so this is what I thought might happen more often. You know, we got the Monumentalist hook, we're trying to play the game, and RASMUS kind of makes it so you can't play the game.
Yeah, that is a little bit what you expect. I will say, you know, it is very easy to say, just dodge the hook, just evade it. But unfortunately, Dubu, it's not even Dubu being hit by it. There's a lot of pressure on midfield, especially. Like, you have so many, like, you're forced to touch it, and, like, there, again, that is the spot when RASMUS will catch you. It's not the raw hooks that he's going to throw that are going to catch you very often. It's going to be the ones where you're forced to, like, take an interaction, you know, make a turn. Touch the ball, and, oh, wait, Zoro forced to flip it, and that was almost point. Oh my god, Zoro.
Yeah, really close. Something I'm noticing Snake actually do, it seems that when like Josh is in like a tight spot, Snake is kind of standing directly on Name Chaotic to make it so that the hook is way less useful to come across the board, but nice piercing shot is going to certainly get that one in there. HMG right now is going to find their way into the first set. Somehow, I feel like we've been on aimis that for so long, but this was the first set, a really tight game, or perhaps 0.5 there, and our reward maybe extra special. Maybe gonna keep our team alive for X amount of time.
That is a very, very good thing to get off the table. Both RASMUS and Feeny would be very, very happy taking that star. And actually, you end up with a lot left over for your Dubu Estelle. Bulk Up and Heavy Impact, that's a really good draft, even though you do have the 1-2-2-1 draft. This is a very, very good draft for HMG, I think. You know, Heavy Impact, Josh has been pretty efficient. He might be able to find some kills with it, but just even if he doesn't find a single KO the entire game, the cooldown alone from hitting... Ooh. Just kidding, he's already found one. The cooldown alone, though, on Estelle, whenever you beam the ball and the player, Crystal Thorns, you just get a lot of value out of it. And then Bulk Up Dubu. Snake will figure out something to do with that. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, no doubts. Dubu as probably... I do not know the strength. It's not even strength in this game, it's power. The power scaling numbers on Dubu's specific moves, but I do know that Finny's primary, I think, is the highest scaling primary on power in the game, but irrelevant right now. One thing I do want to bring up, Milkman, so getting that extra special, while it's obviously extremely good, kind of feels like it's a little bit of like a mental pressure there, right? Because you like kind of have to snap save your team. You know that ult's always going to be up, and someone dies, and they'll be like, bro, I know your ult was up, bro. How you not save me? You know that ult is up, though. Josh has Flip here. Doesn't want to spend it. Going to spend it just to survive. Snake also just about at nothing. The Expanse now spend. Everyone's moving up. Big 2v1 situation. Going to spend that resource Flip. Ooh, Log is not going to do them any favors there. Josh completely shattered as well. Still. Is going to try to get an open goal situation. Yeah, nice dribble. I mean, it's surprisingly easy to get a goal when you dribble it nicely to the center there in overtime.
I'm going to call it how I see it. I don't think this is a Dubu brawler. This is Dubu midfield with the Estelle up front. I think it's partially because of the damage. In fact, I'm almost certain it's because of the damage. But so often we're ending up with these spots where Snake is just hugging the midfield line and being this wall, and then eventually, like, Estelle will do Estelle stuff. Lots of damage here for Polar Cortex. Oh my god. Somebody died. I'm not sure who.
Oh, God, my gosh.
Everybody's dying. Flip him for the love of the game.
Okay, what's Milkman's play here? Okay. Wait. Actual wait? I'm waiting?
No way.
I'm still waiting. Oh, I wish we had Somersault there. Maybe on cooldown.
That's so sad.
Quite a long cooldown. Almost holds the line, but I mean, Chaotic did at least spend their flip to get that kill, which is probably unnecessary, but for the most part, doesn't matter at this point here. As we start on our next point, spends the ult onto the top side. It's probably just going to do some damage to Snake, but at least here with that extra special, we can heal our teammates even more often. It's not always about saving their entire life. As the Glitch Pop is going to make it, wow, nice angle to grab that barrier. A locked in here. Snake gonna at least hold the top line here. Getting hit by Finny's triple take is kind of catastrophic. A almost maintains that control to get the point. Ooh, misdirect almost grabs it as well. But they can't seem to do consistent damage. I mean, Chaotic is a pretty low, but it's going to require some pretty hefty cooldowns to get a kill. Will they be able to do it with the big finish intact? Oh, no. Okay, it's actually going to get reversal.
Snake actually being the one, but there's still so much damage. Name Chaotic's going to have to kind of forfeit this power play, I think. Oh! But it doesn't matter, 2v2, and it's still actually enough for Polar Vortex to score, and this is their match, or not their match point. Whoa, sorry, getting a little ahead of myself. This is their set point for this second set of aimis application, and it feels like every one of these points goes so long.
It does kind of,
but not in a bad way.
No,
not like an Odie Village.
Like in a shattered way.
Oh my! Oh, what a save by Zoro!
Well done there. See if Milkman is going to use this flip here. No, just the expanse. The triple take going to deal a lot of damage to Snake, or at least give the potential. Oh, great strike angle. Almost had it, but the Fool does keep it intact. Not a great angle there from Name Chaotic is going to result in possible catastrophe. A flip used from A. It's one resource spent from Polar Vortex. Great if your name, or sorry, if you're HMG. To see those resources spent. Nice angle from the Fool. Is not going to fold to that piercing shot, but the triangulation from HMG and that strike angle is going to get it on through. Well done. That's teamwork right there, team.
Snake has been so consistent with that angle today. It's just that tradition. It's like such a solid setup. You know, the enemy midfielder A is forced to walk up and take that interaction against Josh, and because of it, you get that little timing. It feels like every time it happens, it's going into that bottom pocket. Unless Snake's like finding his own, you know, solo way of doing it. But
yeah, it is definitely a tough spot, especially with the open goal. Right, you got a lot of different angles there, and it's like, it feels weird to kind of fold to the same angle every time, but it is kind of, there's just so many options. But Polar Vortex, they are determined to keep this game alive, this set alive, this series. They're week 4 alive, and they take this next set to even it up, and they get their Finny. They get the Zoro's gonna have, we got team player maybe, or we're gonna go for like Mega Dam. We're gonna go for Mega Speed. That makes sense. It's Finny.
Yeah, that checks out. Finny probably just wants the speed to fly around. A spec training deny is going to come out, but it honestly doesn't even matter. You know, prize fighter is very, very important actually in this game, even if it's not because of RASMUS hooks. We haven't seen a lot of like RASMUS like hook kills through the center, but just through like the damage alone. Finny and Amy are going to scale eventually. It's still just set 2. They got so much more damage available to them on the board. And even just one kill is enough to make Name Chaotic Hook be, I think, true. Like, if it hits, it's going to kill.
Yeah. Oh, yo, low-key. The most important Awakening grabbed there, Cast to Last for Dubu. I'm almost certain makes a true combo between the Somersault and the Tofu Fortress. Nice strike shot there to save that barrier. But that could result in a whole lot of extra kills. It might just also true combo with the log, but now we're gonna have one barrier down here though. Josh, oh, it was not open far enough to get that angle. Nice astral projection. That's a really tough word to say while you're speaking. Astral projection. Josh is gonna get it up to Snake. Eye is also just about at nothing. They do combo on to Snake, completely going to eradicate them here. This, wow, glitch pop covers both angles there. Gonna grab that final barrier. Name Chaotic has a chance to dribble it here. 2v1 situation, flip really close to the goal and picks top. And unfortunately, Josh is gonna find himself dead either way.
Yeah, that is a little unfortunate for Heavy Metal Gundam, but you know, still a pretty comfortable round. The only real thing, namely Name Chaotic, no joke intended. He did not actually help in any way on that third kill, nor did he... Oh, he actually did hit. He's got 3 prize fighter stacks. That's the end goal of this tangent. Milkman forced to drop the ult in the corner. Maybe he'll survive this, but it is a brutal power play, and the damage is going to start coming through for the side of Polar Vortex with the build different, the Stinger, and with the prize fighter.
Nice catch there from the big finish. Yeah, 3 stacks of prize fighter is going to be even more deadly than just Monumentalist, which we saw was deadly. The Strike War interaction win there. Going to get them through.
And you know, Polar Cortex might this might be when Polar Cortex locks in and just says, "Okay, we're done. We recognize it. You guys were going a little crazy this game, and we're done. We want to go back to how it was at the start. Goodbye." Oh wait, a good lifeline. Or
Nice.
That's the ability. That's not that. Celestial Intervention. That's the healing one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, saves Dubu's life there, which is the whole intention of the Astral Intervention. Oh no, Dubu!
Save Dubu!
Oh, Dubu. Okay, so there goes Josh, completely down there. There goes Dubu, not working as intended. Does Atlas have anything left to save this team? That character's been pretty good for. Actually, I mean, you can just
Name Chaotic.
Okay, Name Chaotic has left the building, but might be returning in momentarily. I really can't tell if they're still lagging, but it looks like they're good now. As Snake is on the front side here with the Fool, losing a whole lot more health. Gonna have the big finish to go through, and yeah, the angle is gonna be pretty great there for the Fool, for Polar Cortex, and now taking the advantage in this final game, bro. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Zoro once again as the MVP. What more could you get?
Oh no, there's so much here for
There's
the
so much.
Prime Time, Deadeye, Glass Cannon. I mean, you have so many you could even just take, like, there's so much here. It's brutal. I imagine you might actually just wait, and you know, let your Amy pick. I guess I'm not really sure, but there's so much here. Like, so honestly,
they do. Yeah.
Both teams, there's so much here to talk about. Hot shot on Feeny, not like her best awakening, but still very, very good just for everything she wants to do. This is not a Feeny that is going to kill you. We've drafted no damage besides Monu. This is a Feeny that is going to maintain core possession the entire game. A is just denying the HP, as one does. Name Chaotic with the same idea. They just want to make sure that they can get these prize fighter stacks going up, but just kidding, we're going back down to 0.
Nice. They get the kill there. Huge value, as you said there. Knocking those stacks down to 0. Snake, man, holding on by a literal thread. The Stinger finishes them off, completely shattered now and comboed easily from the Whiplash into the Pendulum Swing. 2v3 situation here. Josh gonna try to help Milkman hold the line. Name Chaotic is, I mean, the internet is also gonna help them hold the line. Not a great angle off the top. Nice heal there, making sure that Josh is not gonna die regardless, although still shattered. You only get unshattered if Atlas actually revives you or you hit half. So try to go for a combo there from Snake. A is going to maybe move up with this flip. Lots of energy onto Polar Cortex, although Josh is approaching dangerously and had to use that flip just a little bit too early because they were, boy, taking a lot of damage. And that's kind of been what we've been seeing. It's scary.
What a scary breakaway. Named Chaotic fighting for his life. He does not want to lose his prize fighter stack, but there's not a lot of offensive pressure here for HMG yet. They haven't managed to reset, get themselves back in spots. And, I mean, we can see Josh trying to move up and get in a spot to do something, but it's so brutal because it's just going to go around, and Snake is too low to, like, really cover everything. And Polar Cortex looking like they really do, like, want to just close the game out here on this set 4. Don't even let it go set 5. Don't let the Estelle get anything she needs. Notably, any dash range would be really, really nice for her, but, like, she might not even get the chance to get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure things could always get better or worse depending on the team, but they did actually do a great job of denying Dubu any extra stagger. I mean, it does have bulk up, but they are just focusing so hard, it's kind of not enough. Josh, at least protected with a Divine Intervention there, but not healing too much, although grabbing this orb, which is going to be probably enough to keep them alive for a while. The Expanse is going to hold through Amy's ult, a flip being spent, the big finish nullified there by a nice astral projection. Snake might be able to move up with this flip. The Fool recognizes that this is going to be a tough situation, approaching ever so slowly. Name Chaotic has a flip as well. Josh pushes it in. Nice, and nothing better than holding onto your flip, staying alive, and next point we'll be rolling over.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little greedy for the KO and will not even be binding it. Yeah, HMG here, no flip. And Chaotic's trying to blitz a point. Oh my god.
Aura farmed.
Yeah, it was like high key aura. Wait, he just stood there. What a beast. As I was saying, HMG does have a flip to work with. Name Chaotic. So much damage out on Snake. He's dead. He's live. Celestial Intervention will keep him in for now, and Name Chaotic has to be careful, but this is so power play for Polar Cortex. Oh my god.
Yep, big power play. Expanse, basically Atlas's best cooldown being spent right there. Josh moving into the goalie position. They actually do get it out, almost getting the barrier there, making it a little scary. Everyone's going to have to back up a little bit there. Snake finally does return, blasts it, but not hard enough. Name Chaotic trying to beat here Milkman, but Astral Projection wins out. Josh helping to do damage to Name Chaotic. Snake might join them perfectly. The Fool moves up again. The Expanse was too much to deal with. It's going to completely void that flip from the Fool. A flip here from Josh going to be a counter there from one by a Astral Projection. Yeah, true combo there. Somersault into Dubu's next thing. A flip again spent, and both barriers are still up with basically 4 flips, I think, spent this entire point. Dang, Josh completely eradicated from that triple take. The big finish coming out. No extra time, though, on that one. This 2v3 is going to be rough. We got Dubu, wow, blasting the ball there with the 1-2 punch overtime. Might be enough to keep this one up.
It might be in Polar Cortex. Zoro is gliding right now. He's like 700 move speed or something. I don't know. Power play is going to go. And he has a cooldown for every breakaway ever. And whenever he doesn't have one, it goes behind the barrier. It's so unfortunate for Heavy Metal Gundam. But there's so much damage. It feels like they just have a power play every 10 seconds. It doesn't matter how long it takes them to put it in. They finally do. But like, Polar Cortex claiming their first win in NASL Season 7.
Congratulations to Polar Cortex, making NASL Season 7 the least memorable NASL ever with no 0-9. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Obviously, congratulations getting that win and not going 0-9, which is usually pretty tough pill to swallow, as they are going to triumph over HMG. Really a great series there. Lots of wild back and forth. It was just like adaptation left and right. We saw it all 3 games. We saw mostly game 2 and 3, but just so well played. Let's check out some stats here. I mean, look at the damage, bro. Look at the damage. Even from Dubu. I mean, Snake did 30k damage on Dubu. Like, what? That man was literally just trying to kill people. Which makes sense. It was Aimis app, and that's part of the job. But of course, like 100,000 damage on the opposing team is going to be really tough to beat. I mean, I did not see the Brubu, as we saw there in chat there. I did not see that one coming, but it was just, it was close. It was really close to make it happen. Did better than I thought it would, to be honest. I really thought that they would just like kill him instantly, but he did extra special on Milkman. It was a really great pick. It was like the perfect set to win, to at least bring it that close. And yeah, moving on to a 1-3 record here for Polar Cortex and a 1-3 for HMG. Oh gosh, they're so even.
Yeah, it is a very, very even for them. Yeah, I mean, what a series, what a game, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make it. I think Polar Cortex will win 2 games, maybe even 3.
What? Are you serious?
I'm a believer. I've seen enough. I believe, but that will be it for our game 1. I think we're gonna go ahead and cut to break. We'll be back soon for game number 2, which is I believe Demon Time versus Bozo Bunch. That is our game 2. We will return shortly. Stick around and keep it easy.
point of Grand Finals, a long journey, all comes down to this. Looking for a passing lane. There's the opening on the outside. The pass is wide open. A beautiful shot to the corner. They've reached the summit.